Hello, and welcome to this activity video, The Basics of Gravit. The topics in this video include logging into Gravit, navigating Gravit, drawing lines and circles, and then completing an interactive activity. The first step to using Gravit is creating an account and logging in. Follow along if you haven't created an account. Go to the website designer.io and then click on Start Now. Here's where Gravit will have you create an account or log in with an existing one. You can either enter a new email address, name and password, or log in using a Google or Facebook account. We will always be using the free version of Gravit, so if you see notifications for a paid account, just click Ignore. Gravit has tons of templates to choose from web designs, social media, even t-shirt designs. For this project, we're going to click on Print Design and select the paper size US letter 8.5 by 11 inches. Now we'll take a quick tour of Gravit and learn how to use some basic tools. I recommend following along and pausing the video as you complete each step. The main section of Gravit is called the canvas. On the left, we see the Pages and Layers section, and on the right is the Inspector panel. At the top, we have the toolbar. This is where the most commonly used drawing tools are. We have the arrow key for selecting, the shape tool that lets us draw lines and circles. Here we'll use the ellipse tool to draw a simple circle. And then we'll go back up and use the line tool to draw a simple line. To zoom in, pinch your touchpad with 2 fingers. Then you can slide with 2 fingers to adjust your view. By clicking on a shape, you can drag the handles around to change its size, or use the top circle to rotate it. We can also look over on the right side in the Inspector panel. Here we can select the color circle to change the color of our ellipse. You can use this gradient to finely tune the colors you select. We can do the same thing with the line we drew. Click on the line, and then use the Inspector panel to change the color of the line. I'll change it to blue here. We can also adjust the thickness of the line. So I'm going to click back on the line, and here where it says 1 point, I can type in any number I want to increase the thickness. I'll increase it to 4 point. Now that our line is the color and thickness we want, we can click on it, drag it, resize it, and move it around our canvas. Every time you create a shape, it will show up on the left side in the Layers panel. Here we can see the line I drew is the path, and the circle I drew is the ellipse. I can rearrange the order of my layers so that now the ellipse appears on top of the line. You can also work with something called pages. These are basically blank pages where you can store different designs. I'll name this one Circle and Line 1, then create a new page. I'll name this one Blank Page. Let's go back to our circle and line page. Once I've created the design I want, it's time to save it. To save your designs, go up to File, and then select Save. Here, you can save your design to an online location stored in Gravit. We'll name our design Circle and Line Project, and then we'll click on the Save button. To open a previously saved project, go up to File and select either Open from Cloud or Open Recent. Now, you may also want to save your project directly to your computer as a backup. To do this, click Download File. That way, if something weird happens with the Gravit Cloud, you still have a hard copy of your file on your computer. Once you have saved and completed your project, it's time to export it and put it on Canvas. Click on File, then Export, and select PNG Image. This will save the current page directly to your computer as a PNG. You can click on that image and see how it turned out. There's my circle and line PNG. Now that you have learned the basics of Gravit, it's time for an activity. The simplest element of graphic design is the line. The image on the right was created using only straight lines. What word does this image make you think of? In this image, the artist tried to represent the word tension using only straight lines. The definition of tension is the state of being stretched tight, like a balloon or a rubber band. Let's look at another example. This image was also created using only lines. What word do you think the artist was trying to represent? For this image, the artist was representing the word boldness. Boldness is the willingness to take risks and act innovatively, confidence or courage. Here are the instructions for your activity. Open Gravit and log in. Then choose two of the words below and look up their definition: rapid, relaxed, complicated, organized, or labyrinth. Design one image using only lines to define your first word. Then design a second image using only circles to represent your second word. Here's an example of my activity. My first word was labyrinth. I created it using only lines. On a second page, my other word was bounce. I created bounce using only circles. When I've completed both of my designs, I will go to File and Export as a PNG. Remember to export both pages. So I'll go to my second page, bounce, and also export this image. I can now submit these images to my teacher. If you finish this assignment early and want to complete an optional challenge, pick a third word of your choice, not from the list. Use Gravit to represent it using both lines and circles. Finally, export your design and submit it to your teacher. Thanks for watching this activity video, and good luck on your first Gravit activity.